Walk in to a night shift in particular, you get a list of things you've got to do overnight, and then you add to that the list of shit that didn't get done in the day. And then you add to that the list of things that never got done since the hospital opened. But you're not an idiot. You know you've got 12 hours. You know you're not a superhuman. You prioritise. You think they can wait, they can't wait. Then, this is my favourite bit. This is what they do next. They give people buzzers. And their job is to stop you doing things on the list. And it just turns into the shittiest, bloodiest life or death beat test that you have ever seen. And that is the face of the hospital. So I'd had 5 nights, but I thrive off it. I chose it, I picked it, I love it, purpose worth, all of it, right? So I'd done 5 nights of that. Now, in the middle of that, I'd been given the unicorn of the night shift, which is my favourite, which is somebody who doesn't press the buzzer, but should. Yeah, you all know who I'm talking about. They're the gift that keeps on giving. So this is somebody... They're not trying to be naughty. They just genuinely don't know they're in hospital. And it's part of our job to keep them safe. Seems to be part of their job to smash every hip. Right, so... But they don't press the buzzer because you don't know they're in hospital, but they will. Yeah, and they always get handed over as moribund or bedbound. And then at night time they turn into Darcy fucking Bustle, just pirouetting round the fucking unit. Where are the OTs and physios on night shift? It's when you need them. Yeah, mine was a very tall Polish gentleman, very tall, very old, still very muscular. So he'd got all the body, but his brain, just for a fortnight, had turned into porridge because of a urinary tract infection. And I never met him as a sane person, but he was when he wasn't, like, diseased. And he looked a little bit like the BFG. Right? Just imagine that in your head, anyway. He's lolloping round the unit all night. And because he had a UTI, he'd taken to pissing on in bins and other people. That was his thing. Which everyone was over the moon about. In fact, he was sharing a room with a young guy. First hospital admission he'd had. 20-year-old getting a wrist pinned and plated. He came in for that. He went home with PTSD, I reckon. So 5 nights straight, I'm just keeping an eye on him. At some points, in the night, I'm linking arms with him, doing my jobs, walking around and stuff, just to keep him busy and doing anything I can to make him piss in the toilet. I think by night 4, I'd learnt Polish. Do you know what I mean? Just in an effort, And I thought I had a glimmer of hope, because I was just like, toilet, do you know what it is? The Polish for toilet is toileta. I can see where the problem occurred. The minute I said toilet, he was like, just walked in a toilet. For privacy, I just shut the door. And then I thought, he's been in there a bit, open up the door, he fucked off out the other side, hadn't he? Into the other. Pissing on people again. Anyway, so So I'd had this glorious unit, just trying to keep him safe for 5 nights. And but I can't lie, by night 5 it was getting a bit wearing. But I wasn't going to quit. Anyway, we'd been trying to use a bottle with him and he wasn't quite for it. But this night he was sobering up a bit, from the infection. And sat him on the edge of the bed. Now, I poured him into a bottle. Do you know? That's what you're doing with it in later years, so you're pouring it in rather than... I sat him on a bed and poured it into... And ran it up there with a couple of pillars round it. Now, young men in the audience will think that that's a horrific thing to do, but honestly, by about 80, your balls feel nothing. Use them now, take photographs of them now, keep them to yourself. I'm not leaving him in the room on his own this time. I just turned round for a bit of privacy. Just turned round and then... not a noise, so I thought I'd turn the tap on. See if that makes anything happen. Nothing. Turn back round and BFG beaming there with the bottle in his hand, holding it out. So I was like, you champ. Dobre. Yeah, Anyway, I put my gloves on and I get the bottle off him. You know, and you just think, I've done everything I can and it's worked. Anyway, I got the bottle. He had used the bottle, but to shit in! I have never had that happen before! There wasn't even a noise of him moving round. There was not even a noise. I don't know how he did it. I don't know how you can do it. I don't know. Like, I'm just saying, later on when I get in a nursing home, I'm trying it. I'm just gonna... It's one of the first things I do when they book me in. I'm just like, give me a bottle. And, have you ever seen it? No, once. It's an amazing feat when you see it, man. Whole thing in there. I showed the nurse manager on the night shift. That's right, wouldn't you? You'd be like, look what I fed you. She was like, just stick it in the autoclave and set it off again. No, that's going in the bin. No, we're not using that